Hi guys, so today I am doing another one of my weekly wax meltdowns, which is just, a warm review of the stuff I've been warming this week. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first item I have here is from Yankee Candle, and this is in the scent Candy Corn. I purchased a couple of these, and in all honesty, this was terrible. I got absolutely no throw from it. I could not smell it at all. I put it in a 24-watt warmer, and I just couldn't smell it. I mean, I literally could smell nothing. So this had a very poor throw, and I mean, on cold, you could smell it. You could smell that it was candy corn. It wasn't like super intense or anything, but I just didn't expect it to be this bad. I don't think I've ever had a Yankee Candle that I absolutely couldn't smell anything, but that was the case with this one. So that is one I will not repurchase. Next up from Sassy Girl Aroma is this one in Butterscotch Zucchini Birthday. This is was a buttery butterscotch scent with zucchini bread and birthday cake. This scent was really nice. I did put it in a 24-watt warmer in my living room. It was really nice, but one thing I noticed is that everything was kind of taken over by the butterscotch scent in this. And this was a chunk. And one thing I find with chunks is like, depending on the chunk you get and the mixture of colors in it, I mean, that really does affect the throw. If you get a chunk that has a lot more overpour in it than the actual chunks, then you may not smell much of the other items or the other scents within the wax. So maybe that's what happened, but I really love Julie's zucchini bread. I couldn't really get any of that. I could tell the birthday cake was there because it did sweeten it up a little bit, but to me this was just really, really buttery. It almost smelled like a sweet buttered popcorn. So it was really hard for me to detect anything except the butterscotch. So maybe I would try this again if I could get a different chunk, but yeah, I do like butterscotch blended with other stuff, but it just wasn't my favorite thing. Next up, this is from a D-Stash, and this is from Sniff My Tarts, and this is in Cupcake Brulee. This was like, it looked almost like a brittle, but it had like really huge frosting that you would see on a cupcake. So it was some chunks of that. It actually took me a little bit to get through this bag, but this was an okay scent. It gave a good throw, but for me, this just wasn't really sweet. I got a lot more of the brulee than the cupcake. For me, there was a very distinct, like, brown butter smell in this. I don't know if you guys have heard of brown butter, but, like, there is this very fine line between, like, cooking butter and burning butter. And I've actually used brown butter in some bakery recipes that I have done. And it's not the best scent in the world. And for me, it was like a brown butter scent with a little bit of sweetness. And I really could only smell the sweetness when I was super close to the warmer. So I just wish that this maybe had a little bit more of the cupcake more prominent in this. And maybe I would have enjoyed it more. Next up, from 30th Street Craft, there's her little logo, is one of the cult favorites. This is Purple Castles, and this is a Bath & Body Works type lavender vanilla with pink sugar and marshmallows. Okay, this had a really great throw, and it did smell good, but here's the thing, and all of our noses are different. This is a sweeter type of lavender. It's much more sweeter than other lavenders that I've smelled that are super herbal and that I cannot stand. I just feel like this was, and I mean that is pretty much what this is. It was a lavender scent, mainly lavender being the main note with some things added in. And what I wish this was more like either a marshmallow scent or a pink sugar scent with the lavender added in. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, but it was a good scent, probably the best lavender that I've smelled. But I just wanted more of the pink sugar and the fluffy marshmallow. And that's not to say because that the scent was bad. The scent is awesome. But for me personally, I'm not a super big lavender fan. The lavender in this was awesome, but I'm still not a lavender fan. So I like lavender more as a note rather than the main scent, if that makes sense. So for me, I would definitely repurchase this because I did really like it, but I just maybe would prefer something with, a stronger, sweeter note. That was a lot of rambling. This next one I also got in a D-stash. This is from Kimry Ann's, which I had never heard of until I got this D-stash. And this was in Boo Berry, Twinkie, and Mallow. So typically Boo Berry, I think, is strawberry and blueberry, I think. And then, of course, Twinkies. And then the Mallow, I'm assuming, is marshmallow. This did give it a good throw. For me, though, smelling this, it had a really, creamy vanilla scent. So, I'm assuming the creaminess came from the marshmallow because I'm not sure if that's something you can truly smell. I did definitely smell the Boo Berry, but it was not super strong. And usually Boo Berries that I melt are strong. So it just wasn't super potent. It was nice and soft. I actually was able to melt this in my bedroom, which I would have never thought, because if you read this, you think it's a bakery scent, but it was just really soft, and the vanilla I was getting from this was so nice. So I did like this scent, but because it wasn't super strong, I probably wouldn't get it again. I just prefer a stronger throw, and from my Boo Berry anyway. And then the wax was super soft. This is the second time I've run into a vendor that has really soft wax. Again, I don't know what that means, but I do find it to be a little bit more difficult to work with, chop up, things like that. Not chop up, I'm lying. Not chop up. When you chop up softer wax, it's actually much easier, but getting it in and out of this bag was really difficult. It was sticking, and it was really hard to get out when I put the warmers in the freezer. So for that reason, I probably wouldn't buy this scent again. I would maybe try some of her other wax though, because I did enjoy the scent. It just wasn't super strong. Next up, from Two Timing Tart, I finally finished this little 6-pack of flower tarts in this one time at summer camp. Again, Two Timing Tart did not have the scent description for this, so I was unable to get it, but I do recall her saying this is what Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside wishes it could be. So it is a marshmallow fireside type of scent. The throw on this was good. I really liked it because I found I could melt this in different parts of my house. So I melted it in the basement, I melted it in my kitchen, I melted it in my bedroom. I love scents like this. These marshmallowy, toasted marshmallows around the fireside scents. I just love those. I don't know why. So it was really warm, and it was just what you would expect. For me, the notes were really authentic. I don't know if you've smelled marshmallow fireside from Bath & Body Works, but it is kind of perfumey to me, or cologne-y. This was very authentic. It was authentic marshmallow, authentic fireside. It literally smelled like a marshmallow. For me though, it was weird. I kind of got a little bit of a chocolatey note on this, and like I said, I don't have the scent description, so I'm not positive if that was something in this, but I just loved this scent and really want more when she brings it back. Next up, from a D-stash, this is Rose Girls Pecan Waffles and Fluff Puffs. And this is pecan waffle chunks, monster cookie chunks with a marshmallow smoothie over pour. This just had a good throw, which I've been finding a lot with the Rose Girls I've been melting. I've not been getting really great or amazing throws from them. But I loved the scent. It was so great. It was like warm and sweet. It was very bakery, but it was also creamy. The only thing is, I wish it was stronger. I smelled all the notes in this. The pecan gave it like a nuttiness. The fluff puffs, I don't I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's the marshmallow smoothie, but it was just creamy and yummy and so good. I just wanted it to be stronger because I really wanted this to, I don't know, I really wanted to like be able to smell it all over the place and I couldn't. And so for me that was disappointing, but this is an awesome scent that I would maybe try again. Also, this came in like it was like a big cookie in here. And I know that at least when I ordered, I still have a Rose Girls order coming, but when I ordered, I got a bunch of bags of chunks, and then I got the little custom muffins. But I've never seen them have a cookie, so maybe this was older. I don't know, but the scent was amazing, and for that reason, I would definitely try it again or try to recreate it. Another from Rose Girls was this one here, and this was a pretty big chunk in toffee apple Streuselkuchen. I think is how you say that. I did cut this chunk in half, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe I'm not using enough wax. Maybe with them they need like more wax. I don't know. But this one actually had a really great throw, and for me this was just your typical fall scent. I really didn't find it to be anything unique. It did smell really good, but it had all those standard kind of fall notes coming out of it. I would get it again because it smelled good, but it really, to me, was not very unique, and it didn't smell like any other fall scent that I've gotten, you know, from other vendors. It didn't smell any different. So next up, from Two Timing Tart, this was another little scallop tart, and this was in honey pumpkin chai. And again, this was another one I couldn't find. And I actually think this came in a sampler she did. So I melted this down in my basement in a 24 watt. This was super, super strong. But the main note was cinnamon. And for me, that's not good. I think there's probably some cinnamon in the pumpkin. There's probably some cinnamon in that chai scent, which I think is... I'm going to assume it's like more of a coffee scent just because, you know, I always see chai latte on the menu at coffee shops. But it was just a really strong cinnamon, and it was a little bit spicy. And I'm assuming that maybe is from the pumpkin and the chai. But I ended up having to turn it off because it was so strong, like making me choke strong. So it did smell good, but I just prefer a more creamier cinnamon. If that's going to be the strong note in the wax, then I just prefer it to be a little bit more creamier because I'm not someone who enjoys cinnamon that much, and I just wished I could have gotten more of the other notes out of this, but the cinnamon just kind of overpowered it. Another from Two Timing Tart. This is a scent shot in rosewood musk, and another one I could not find the scent description for, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and that's just how it smelled. It was a woody, musky rose, and this was great. I actually melted this in my bathroom, and it threw for days in a 20-watt hot plate in my bathroom. It was like, I think I've said this before, there's some wax that I melt that I feel like has a great throw even though the scent is subtle. So for me, rose is not one of my favorite type of scents. I have a hard time finding rose scents that I really like. And I think the reason I liked this so much is not just because a little bit of the musk was added just to give it a nice woodsiness, but I liked it because the rose was subtle. So when you walked in the bathroom, you could smell like, that's rose, but it wasn't like in your face, which is what I find with a lot of rose wax that I have purchased before. So for me, I still give this a great throw because it it threw for days. Even though it was subtle, it threw for days. So I love this. This is probably the best rose scent I have smelled. Obviously, I don't have like an enormous, you know, office full of wax. I have 2 tubs. One has just basic scents that I melt every day, and then my other tub has fall and winter scents, because I usually, you know, in the fall and winter, I like certain scents. I'm not someone who melts what, you know, I won't melt watermelon in the wintertime. I don't know. That's just, I just don't do that. So I have 2 separate bins for those. And like I said, just of all the roses I've tried, this is the best one. I don't know if there's one better, but this one's great, and I would definitely love to have it again. Next up is a remelt for me, a pretty recent remelt too. I got this in another D-stash, and it's Vintage Chic Scents Swirl. So I think in the other video I talked about how I was going to try to use less wax, and I did do that, and I still got a good throw. It wasn't, I noticed it just a touch better than when I was using more wax, but it still wasn't amazing enough to make me want to get this scent. The scent actually smells really good. I can't remember what it is, but I think it's like apple cinnamon donuts or snickerdoodles or something like that. And it does smell good, but it just isn't, it just wasn't strong enough. And maybe it's just this scent, but after trying it twice, I just don't have a desire to get it again. It's just not strong enough for me. And then last but not least, from another D-stash is this one from Super Tarts and All American. And this is one that this is a vendor that I haven't ordered from before. And they describe this scent as apple pie a la mode, which is apple pie with ice cream, I believe. This was amazing. I absolutely love this. This was like a fresh apple, but there was a bakery in it. You could smell the crust. You could smell that fresh apple. It was not perfumey at all. And then just the creaminess of the ice cream. It was perfect, and it was so strong. A lot of times I find when I get blends, with ice cream in them, sometimes they can be hard to smell. This was just awesome. I loved this so much and would love to have it again. So that is it. I don't have anything else. So I do still have a Rose Girls order coming in. I ordered some stuff from Bella's Candles and actually had quite an experience that I'll talk about later. I did a small custom order from I Heart Wax, and is that it? I think that's it. So I do have a couple orders coming in that I'll be hauling, but in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.